Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline, know what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline, know what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claiming it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.
What's going on, vibers? Welcome back. So listen, we got somebody's business to get up in, and I'm just telling you, okay? I want to talk about what's going on in court with this situation with DDG and Halle, because it is definitely getting ugly. But I also, and I will drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and talk about it, but also I feel like we need to discuss why these geriatric hood boogers are coming for Halle like they've never made mistakes as a young woman. So let's go ahead and get it in from a sponsor, and then we're going to get right back into the commentary.
Girl alive and bros, welcome to Let's Address It. Okay, so this is where the controversy, confusion, and cultural chaos gets handled properly. Baby, I address past and present scandals, common misconceptions and internet myths, wild viral moments, and old drama that still needs resolution. The things people think they understand until we dig deeper. If it's wild, weird, or wrong, baby, we're pulling up the timeline, the document, and the receipts with some grown woman commentary. Because I address it all, you might as well just call me Miss Addie. Let's get into this mess. This product is so important because not only is it produced with care, but it actually has proven results. There have been over 10,000 units of this sold. The company name is shareabutters.com, and this was developed with love by a woman who simply wanted to help her beautiful daughter as she recovered from the devastating effects of cancer, chemo, and radiation burn, and has helped many others with fading stretch marks, eczema, and many other skin issues. Check out the website as it has tons of other valuable products. Check it out. There will be a link and a discount code pinned in the comments section of this video. Listen, we need to talk about your credit, okay? I don't know your business. You know it, so stop and listen for a second. You already know that you need to refinance that car because a 20% interest rate is not cute for nobody. Get out of that bad loan. Get yourself into a better position. Slash your debt in half if your credit score is right. Listen, I used to have a car payment that was $875. All I had to do was get my credit in order, refinance it down, and I ended up paying only $500 a month for what I previously paid $875 a month. That can be you. I have a kit on my website, the Credit Glow Up Kit. It will help you. It gives you all of the templates and the tools that you need in order to fix your credit. You do not have to spend hundreds of dollars a month to let someone con you into thinking that you need that kind of help. Go to my website. It's really easy. It's $5.99. You can download it right away. Fix your credit, okay? Stop being embarrassed when you go to the car dealership. You sitting in there for 10 hours just to get financed because your credit is bad. Let's stop that this year. All right, so let's get into it. So we already know, okay, it goes without saying. What's going on, Vibers? Okay, exactly. Sexy RN CCRN says half of them don't even know who their baby daddy is. Look, don't know who their baby daddies is. They don't. Look, the women that have been coming for Halle are old enough to be Halo's grandmother, okay? And I'm like, okay, baby, not only do you barely know your baby daddies, but you don't even know your grandchildren's baby daddies, right? You don't even know your sons don't even know all the children that they have out there. So why are y'all out here coming for this girl like she's making decisions like a 40-something-year-old woman would be? And I'm like, you mean to tell me we can't give people grace? Okay, we can't give them grace. We can sit up there and judge, very, very harshly a very, very young woman based on your bitter experiences. Because I'm telling you, that's all it is. And I don't care what nobody says. But let's just go in from the beginning on what actually happened. Let me pull the because it's just real easy to do it from here. Let's go ahead and get into the Instagrams. Okay. And then we shall get updated on what's happening, okay? Because it is so crazy. I actually might, if you guys are going to be up tonight, I will likely, because grandma had her nap today, right? More than likely, I might do a poolside if it doesn't rain anymore. Because it's storming. I told y'all we had an earthquake and everything out here today. So as long as the weather is decent, I might do a late night poolside vibe live. All right, so let's get into what's going on. Let me pull this into the stream really quick. Let's see. Instagram here, and let me see actually how are they having it looking. Okay, would this be let me see. Let me change this really quick. Let me edit this. And then we can get into it. All right. So, okay, here we go. All right. So here's the thing. This situation with DDG and Halle. So I think most of us know it's a lot of bullshit going on anyway. But at this moment, there was an update that they gave to XXL magazine. Now I am trying to figure out, like of all places,
why does DDG's attorney release the report to XXL magazine? Okay, as opposed to which I guess, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Because TMZ tries to, I guess, monopolize stuff, so they're taking it to other media publications. Cool, right? So y'all know Halle was trying to fight him or whatever, and he initially, from what I understand, got some of this stuff denied, right? So it says DDG's attorney has released the following statement to XXL, opposing prior reports that the rapper was denied a temporary restraining order against Halle. So that's what we all thought yesterday. So it says the court granted Mr. Granberry a temporary restraining order based on the serious allegations set forth in his application. The statement reads, the issuance of this order reflects the court finding that there is sufficient cause to provide immediate legal protection while the matter proceeds. At this time, custody-related issues remain pending and are subject to a full evidentiary hearing where both parties will have opportunity to present their claims and defenses. These are highly sensitive matters involving a minor child, and Mr. Granberry remains committed to resolving them through the appropriate legal channels, not the court of public opinion. Okay, they really could have kept that part out. But so all of this, I think, has a lot to do with what we saw come out, right? So yeah, like yesterday, they were reporting that the restraining order was denied, right? That was yesterday's report. DDG was saying that he wants full custody, okay? And that she isn't mentally healthy enough to take care of their 1-year-old. Now, it's a damn shame for people to be fighting this soon. Baby ain't even turned 2 years old and y'all already into it. It's crazy. Crazy, okay? But look, the internet aunties and cousins were out there very vocal trying to warn Halle that this dude was out of pocket. I don't know how she didn't see it. I blame it on lack of experience, right? But here's the thing. We all have to get the experience, which is why I do not understand the crazy backlash that she's getting from all of the old hens. I don't get it. Other than, I think it's something about like the old, bitter, busted baby mama brigade where they've watched their youth kind of like dry up and, they've made all the bad decisions and now they're stuck looking in a mirror that they don't want to see through. And so they see this woman with all these opportunities that they could never, ever have, beauty that they've never been able to attain and all this type of shit. And so they're literally happy. Okay. Bitter broads, the old ones. I'm talking about the women my age and over. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that some younger women aren't happy about this too, because they are, but it just troubles me when I see older women attacking her, right? So it's like, you thought you was this, you thought you was that, you thought you had this. And I really don't like the I told you so gang from the perspective of all men are bad. It's never going to work out and all this kind of stuff. Okay. All men are bad when they say that all men are bad, it means that they've been ran through and everyone that's ran through them have shitting on them. That's what that means. Okay. In my opinion. Right. So there's really no need to do this, but back to this mentally unstable enough to have their child. He didn't find her mentally unstable enough he found her mentally stable enough to stick his dingling in her, right? Unprotected and procreate with her, right? Exactly, Say Jay, just like how Boneytail likes to sit up and talk about women, especially young women, right? Sexy RN says, especially when Halle never said she was all of that, because if she never did, she never bragged on being in a relationship. She never bragged on any of this. She's just a young woman making young woman mistakes. And like, this is going to happen. Now, if she was 40, we could have this conversation from a different perspective. But for all intents and purposes, she was raised, both of them were raised in a 2-parent household, albeit very different types of households. But I mean, at this age, like you're like, no offense to women that are younger, but you don't know shit. You know what I'm saying? I say all the time,
I thought that I knew everything from the time I was 12. Okay. You couldn't tell me I wasn't the smartest person in the room. And I may have been sometime, right? By the time I got 35, I realized that I did not know shit. Okay. I did not know the fool that I was at 25 until I got to be 35. Right. And even by the time I got 45, 46, 47, 48, you start to realize that even in your early 40s, some of your thought process and some of the stuff that you were doing or believing was not necessarily the right thing, because we're constantly growing and evolving and all that shit, right? So I'm just trying to figure out why she gets such a bad this whole, like, they're just happy, got their pitchforks out, happy about it. You know what I'm saying? Sky Jackson too. Yeah, people love. How are you calling a 20-something-year-old a fool? Like as if that's breaking news. Find me a 20-something-year-old that's not a fool in some type of way. Okay. Yep. Kiki made a bad choice. Also, I'm glad that they didn't marry those young men. They seem like the type that will want spousal support and child support. Yes, because these Negroes are just as needy as single moms. Okay. Island Girl says a lot of older women are jealous of Halle Bailey because she's young, beautiful, and famous. And that's so true. Okay. Sky Jackson, yes. 504 says she does have some videos where she's saying she can be an issue in relationships. I'm not hating on her. I just hate that their relationship got to this point. She does, but even in those videos, I didn't take that the way everybody like hyper analyzed it. So she's saying, well, yeah, I could be mean, or I'm gonna get my shit off on you too, or whatever. That wasn't bars to me. That's anybody. Because the context was, yeah, I can get with your ass too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, who doesn't have that side that you may not necessarily show publicly, but just, best believe I'll take it there with you. That's how I took it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Flora. And what is this? J is saying Offset is going for spousal support from Cardi B. Cardi B is getting it from, and I'm not even that big of a Cardi B fan, but like, I'm a woman first. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely do not like the bitter brigade from this perspective, because Cardi is Latina, she's lighter or whatever. Oh, you thought you was better because you was a preference. I never got that from her. Never got that from her. Now, I do think Cardi's an airhead, right? And she does dumb shit or whatever. But like I said, young women do dumb shit. We all did. You know what I'm saying? Charge it up, Muffin. Just charge it up, Muffin. You'll be all right. But like, we all know the reason why Offset wants spousal support. Okay, he's definitely trying to dim the light. Okay, what's going on, Diva Ray, girl alive? So he needs to prove that she's mentally unstable. All right, and so then he's saying that she tried to have an abortion behind his back, but she didn't go through with it. So damn what? So damn what? Okay, some people have full-grown children out here that was made on a decision. Okay, some people turned around at the abortion clinic. Amen. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like the, all the judgment and all that weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what? She thought about having an abortion. Maybe she should have. It's her right to. It's not illegal to have one. So damn what? Okay. And truth be told, what you're saying is you did not want her. Basically, he's saying he didn't want her to have an abortion, although he's saying she's also not mentally unstable. Maybe you should have let her do it. Okay. Maybe that's what it was. Exactly. It's her right to do it. It's her right to do it. You'll never get me to side with the whole, well, men should be able to decide whether or not you have an abortion. No, because men get to decide whether or not they're going to be active in that child's life. Women do not get to decide whether or not they choose to have stretch marks, extra stomach, and sagging titties, or risk their lives while having a baby. Okay, it's too many risks with having children. And although I do not think that abortion should be used as a form of birth control, I do think it should be a woman's right. And what I noticed too is the most abusive bitches that I know love to talk this anti-abortion shit. Okay, so I like it's whatever, because unless you can take care of all of the children that are mishandled in the system that you won't born, or like
the Angela Stantons of the world, right? Angela Stanton has this thing where she says, don't abort your baby. We'll take care of it or whatever. We'll put you up in a home. That's a business. That's a nonprofit organization. So her business is hinged upon women being irresponsible or men not wanting to take care of her kids. So if women were responsible, and didn't get into situations where they had unwanted pregnancies, that woman wouldn't have a business. So I think that you have to, kind of like factor in all of those things when people are talking about anti-abortion. And I just feel that part. Prevention is definitely the key. Prevention is definitely the key. 504 says those people aren't pro-life, they're pro-birth. Amen. Elisha Space. Hey, girl, Lala. She said something else to consider is that the text messages are sporadic and flow regarding the dates. If he was so concerned, why didn't he approach those concerns? Exactly. Okay. And to your point, Tatalicious Delicious, he got a mentally unstable woman pregnant. Indeed, he did. Indeed, he did. Okay. What's going on, girl? You better enterprise. So let's get a little bit further into it. So, of course, DDG's Mammy, and I do mean Mammy, says Halle Bailey placed multiple AirTags in DDG's vehicles, claims Halle allegedly popped up on DDG while he was at the movies with a female friend and tried to fight. And what? That is regular young people bullshit. And I say this with full meaning behind this. His hood booger, ignorant mama should be more so in a position of resolving the issue between the mother of her grandchild and, then getting in the middle of it. This ain't the role that you take as a grandmother. You don't publicly go out and make statements. So damn what and you can look at his mama. You can look at DDG's mama and see that this is a geriatric hood booger. Can you not? Can you not look at her and see this? Because what was it? Who cares that she tried to fight? That's what those women do. That's what young women do. They do ignorant shit. And then by the time they're 35, they realize I did not have no business doing that ignorant shit. Okay. MM55 said these young ladies had better stop marrying these guys who have less than they do. These young guys they do want a soft life. They absolutely do. Fuzzy said, hey, the little ass is about that life. Amen. Okay. Tatalicious says, in my 20s, I acted a fool over my ex-husband. I laugh at my baby. Look, I'm not about to sit up here and say that I didn't get ignorant at times and that I still won't get ignorant. Okay. It depends on the time of the month, Muffin. But to use this, that she tried to fight a woman. Okay. Ebony says she reminds me of Carlissa. She does. She does kind of give hood booger, kind of like that. Right. So then, the text messages. Okay. Now, this is, I think, where we need to, be a little introspective. And I'll drop the link, like I said, just in case. All right. So this says, this is proof you leave me hanging as a mother. This is Halle texting. You won't step up when I need you to. I'm begging you. I just found out you slept with Lala in Mexico. That is another streamer, right? And then she says, I'm going to unalive myself tonight. My son will not be around for it. I hate you forever. You can have him and let her be his mom. And so his response is, I can't believe you're acting like this. And she says, you put your penis inside of her in Mexico. So let's talk about it. Yeah, that sounds like some crazy stuff to be saying. But is this if we're being honest, is this outside of normal crazy stuff that young people say and do for attention or in the heat of a fight? Because what it sounds like is he was cheating and she was emotional. And if we look at the timeline, I mean, could she possibly still be going through postpartum at this time? Exactly. It sound like young people shit. Absolutely. Aaliyah said, and he also did something we did. Exactly. There's some energy behind these messages that we're not even seeing, right? Tatalicious says, typical crash out. Absolutely. And it is. Fuzzy says, he meant, I can't believe you'd leave me to raise this child alone. Exactly. Right. So this is really sad because this part is literally to take away what she has built up as far as her character, right? We know her as a Little Mermaid, even though we know she's not the Little Mermaid. She's she's an adult woman with, regular hormones, regular thoughts, feelings, regular actions, right? But I believe that his hood booger mom, because I'm telling you, hood boogers do not like people that have decorum, right? So any semblance of your humanity or vulnerability showing, or like you having a crash out, hood boogers love it. Because you cannot tell me his mom is not behind him exposing the text messages, especially if she's exposing that Halle put air tags on his car and did all this. That's what young people do. It's ignorant. By the time she's 35, she ain't gonna be doing that dumb shit no more. Okay. And yes, postpartum depression is crazy work. Okay. Crazy work. Okay. Dumb folks, I'm sorry to hear that. She said her severe postpartum depression lasted 10 months. That's crazy. Okay. Aaliyah says, I'm ashamed. I can relate to these messages. Don't be ashamed. That's just life. It's life. And it's bad because you're on social media. We're on social media now. So everything plays out where people can sit back behind their 1995 gateway computers and judge everybody like they're perfect and like they've never been through anything, And absolutely, Q, PPD is serious. Absolutely. Clear Ashes says, why DDG wait all this time to be so concerned for the baby's safety? Because he's full of shit. Okay, just like his mother. If the mother thought that her grandchild was in bad hands, she should have been doing something immediately, right? AK's F350 says, yes, the mom should have intervened when he was crashing out. Now she's got evidence. Yep. I'm so glad it didn't work. Tatalicious, she scorned out here cheating and just had a baby. Exactly. Yes, baby. The gateway computer. Okay. Yes, not 95. Yes, the 90. Yes, people be talking shit to you from a gateway computer. You can't tell me nothing else. I know that sometimes the people that have gotten my comment section talking mess, I know they're talking to me on an iPhone 7. Yep, I know it is a hot ass iPhone 7 that's burning in their hands. No, he's not concerned. Oh, sexy RN said, I'm talking about no, baby. We ain't talking about your computer. No muffin. 504 says, because she's supposed to be traveling to Italy for work, so she's trying to stop her from going. Yep, absolutely. Island Girl says, real man wouldn't stress out the mother of his child while she was pregnant. And amen. Okay. Gotta wait 30 minutes to warm up the computer just so they can judge you and talk shit. Okay. Let's go to the next set. Okay, so this is her answer the effing phone. Answer the effing phone. I'm going to try one more time. If you don't answer, it's over forever. I'm not playing, Daryl. That's it. This is normal. This is not given crazy. This is given early 20s. Okay, this is given early 20s. And so this is in 2022, right? So this is in 2022, but you still went and got with this girl and had a baby. So, boy, please, you still slept with her. You still got her pregnant. So then he says, I just want to be left alone, please. She says, I'm calling for help. I have a knife. I'm calling for help. But why don't you care? And she says, okay. And so he's, have a knife for what? Again, yes, that sounds extreme. Do I believe that she had a knife? Nope. Don't believe it at all. Do not believe I don't believe it at all. I think she wanted some attention. And that's what young people do when they want attention. They start talking about what they're going to do to themselves, what they're going to do to you. They start crashing out. That's what people do. Okay? That's what they do. And I just hate that the internet acts like, this is not a thing that young people do. All right. So let me get off this because that's like, that thing that they don't want you showing on YouTube like that. So yeah. So this was, I guess she said on Saturday, May 31st, 2025, Daryl and his brother were recorded on TikTok being involved in a fist fight with another man. The declaration rings, I will bring the video to court, Daryl and the people around him. So this is her fighting back or whatever. And I'm sure there's going to be some silly, petty stuff coming from her side too, because that's literally just young people. That's literally just how they get down. But how it plays out on social media is something completely different. Okay. I'm sure he did. Sad Production says he probably deleted some messages. And I'm sure she's got an arsenal full of messages too. Fuzzy says she's saying anything to get his ass on the phone to come out. So absolutely. Right. She's only 25 now. Right. So he's talking about what she was saying in 2022. 504 says, I hate that all these people being in their relationship is on the internet. Take me out the group chat. That's the thing too. I don't like that either. But I'm telling y'all what is annoying me the most is literally this thing with the geriatric hood booger judgment. And I'm telling you, it's because they love to see they love to see your crown kind of get crooked a little bit. Show that, you're not perfect, because that's how they view normalcy as perfection or whatever. I don't understand that. I don't like it. I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up. But let's see if the Mammy Brigade is acting up in the comment section, right? This person says, sir, she restrained you first. This means she had no intention of being near you. Cancel yours. That's true. But let's see what they said. And last year, but again, her restraining order is recent, meaning as of now, she wants nothing to do with him. Because she's at home 3 months pregnant and he's at the movies with the girl. Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Reasonable crash out. And I would say so too. The movie incident was 6/2023. Halo was born 12/23. They are both wrong. Pray for Halo. Hell, if she had already had one against you, what was the point? He just wants to feel like he got a victory somewhere. I agree with that. And someone else says he was denied the emergency order to keep her from traveling with Halo, but was granted a temporary restraining order since that was included. Thing is, he really wanted to keep her from traveling with him, so he never expected one to get approved. The one he didn't really care about versus the one he was hoping would get under her skin. And I definitely agree with that. Definitely. He basically wanted to stop her from traveling with this little boy. And judging from his online antics, I don't know what makes him think that he's going to get sole custody of this baby. And in my opinion, he only wants sole custody because he probably wants to not have to pay child support. Okay. Joy says he seems to be narcissistic, but I detect something is wrong with her too. I do, to be honest, I do think, it might be a little situation. You know what I'm saying? She might be a little, outside of just being young. But like I said, Haley, she about that life. We've determined that. Okay. She's not about to be no little pushover. Let's put it like that. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hey, Nurse Mo, how are you, Muffin? Nurse Mo said he filed a restraining order, but broke into her house and makes exactly. But him acting like he's afraid of her or in danger. That's what's crazy to me. Like, dude, what are you even doing? What are you doing? Clear Ashes says he's literally weaponized his cult crew and stayed posting online. These texts should have been submitted in family court. He's put a target on her and Halo. He has. Because here's the thing, we already know people try to act like collectively these men are model fathers because of that study, that self-populated study that they came out with that said that they're the most involved fathers. That was like a sample size of one area, and they basically filled it out at home by themselves. You know, the one that Oprah validated, which was really stupid. So everybody's sensitive about calling a spade when it comes to, I just have to say, when it comes to Negroes. Okay. So you can't on one hand say that these are the most active, involved, and best fathers in America. But what's the product doing? The boys got the worst literacy rates in America. Amen. That's just the truth. They go to jail more than anybody in America. Okay. They have the highest rates of violence. If I go through the stats, it's crazy. But don't say you're the most active and involved fathers, but your children out here doing the worst. Amen. It is what it is. That ain't no hate. That ain't no shade. The numbers speak for themselves. Okay. Yes, it was a self survey. Fuzzy Spiral says she got attachment issues. She's attached to the baby and clearly was attached to him. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's all that is. That is all that is. Okay. Let me pin this just in case. There is definitely that's all that is. Okay. Tatalisha says the most active in making babies. Look, the most active unwed breeders in America. Okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. But he's trying to weaponize the Black community against her. That's all that is. Okay. And like this comment that I'm reading just said, she never wanted to be around him. If I can recall, he broke in her house. But that's not unstable, breaking in her house. Okay. This other person just said, I just can't stop thinking about how y'all warned her. Like, we don't know her, though. We don't know her. So all we did, and I'm saying we, as in, women in general, got on the line saying, don't do it. He's this, he's that, and all this kind of stuff. You can't do that. Just like could nobody tell your mama couldn't tell you not to be with that waterhead ass boy that you was with in high school and in your early 20s. Okay. Let's keep it a buck. Your mama couldn't tell you about that waterhead ninja that you lost your virginity to and that made a fool out of you in your early 20s. So what makes you think the internet aunties and the internet cousins was going to be able to tell Halle anything? No, that's not how it works. Okay. Yvonne said, I wonder if he went upside. I would not be. Well, she did show the chipped tooth and all that. So I would not be surprised what this Negro did. Nope. Exactly. Tatalicious says, I just want to see my son ugly. Exactly. Honest Gen Z says, all it takes is a Black woman getting into legal issues with a Black man for the Black community to turn against her. Amen. That's the truth. That is the truth. Sad Production says, and she don't know us, so exactly. Hey, Charnay says, my. For real, y'all, he's popular, just not to us. He's got money in her world. He made sense, just not. Exactly. He do. He's got a bag. And I think he has a bigger bag than her. He, I guess he's not a bad looking guy or whatever. And we know that, niggas know how to charm. I'm sure he did that. Sexy RN says some women didn't listen in their 60s. I mean, look at Sonia. We didn't really expect her to listen to us, did we? You know what I mean? Eclectic Tarot says, I could see if he had baseball money. I mean, baseball money is big money, but he's a multimillionaire, which I know that, some people don't consider that money, because I've even heard people say that Rihanna shouldn't be with A$AP Rocky because he don't have no money. And I'm like, I didn't know being worth $10 million was no money to bitches that work at Amazon. Anyway, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we using to measure not having money? Oh yeah, he has a bag. That gaming world on social media is big. He is a absolutely. He's right. He's making a couple of $100,000 a month. He's got a bag. As a matter of fact, let's just look into his net worth. DDG net worth. Let's see. Okay. So it says that he's worth about $8 million, and he has also indicated that he reported that so they reported $8 million, and he says it's way off. And what they're saying is he mentioned a couple of times that his YouTube checks are sometimes $400,000. So I mean, if you get 3 checks from YouTube, that's around $400,000 in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? He was on YouTube before the ad apocalypse. Yeah. He got a huge bag. Those streamers make money. Don't sleep on them streamers. Those guys on Twitch, not paid. Like they got money. They got money. Right. Because you got to think too, like Aaliyah said, they're not just on YouTube. They're streaming on Twitch. They're streaming on what's the other one, y'all? They're streaming on like multiple platforms. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram. They're everywhere. They've got sponsors. And and I just know personally from meeting a couple of people, like one couple that I know out here that's pretty big on so all over social media. They got their start on TikTok. But I think their biggest money maker is on YouTube, right? Now on YouTube, they're making about $4 million a year, this family, right? But listen, the sponsor deals, okay? Get into these sponsor deals. Oh yeah, the Discords, you got like a lot of stuff. You gotta pay for access. You sometimes can get a contract. I know for a fact that the family that lives here, that's huge on, they got a family channel and they're mostly geared towards kids now, right? These people got an upfront check of $500,000 to promote a product. So depending on the size of your platform, they get it, Does he give what to the baby? Now she does say that he does support the baby. He's just a dumbass. He supports his baby, from what I understand. I won't take anything away from him, but yeah, he's dumb. But yeah, some people are saying that he's worth $22 million, but the minimum, I guess, is $8 million. But I already know, like I said, look, these girls be killing me on social media talking about who broke, and I'm like, girl, baby, I see them. I see them chewed up mini blinds in your background. I know you're not calling nobody broke, but okay. I don't think I saw where he was suing her for money. You saw where he was suing her for money, Q? Really? I didn't see that. I didn't see that anywhere. Are you talking about Offset and Cardi? Now, Offset is broke. Yeah. Y'all, I stumbled on this show called Influencer City. Each of these streamers has like 250,000 plus, and their views are through the like people be sleep on that. Okay. You clicked on the link. Oh, I didn't even see you. I wonder why I didn't hear you. Okay, let me get you up here, girl. Let me get you up here.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So guys, this is Elisha's space. And remember, I was telling you guys on Law and Order-ish that we are going to be collabing on some of these toxic mom situations. You can go ahead and finish introducing yourself. I'd love to hear your professional opinion about what's going on.
So I've been following the story with DDG, right? Mm-hmm. And even in the post, you can mm-hmm. almost pick up that he saw this coming and he was planning this. I I think he is a. Uh, I try to be very careful about speaking about personality disorders and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not about him, he loses interest. He likes
Mm.
to suck up. He's someone. It's like a narcissist. He likes to suck up the air in the room. And when
Yeah.
he's finished with whatever he feels like he can get from you, he spits you out.
Mm-hmm. I
And
can
he
see
wasn't
it.
done. And he wasn't done with Haley. He wasn't done with her.
What you mean, girl? Talk to us.
So the rumor is that she's the one that broke up with him. He did
Mm-hmm.
not break up with her. The rumor
Mm-hmm.
is that she broke up with him, and he wasn't finished trying to get whatever it is he felt like he could get from her. Her
Mm-hmm.
popularity, her fame. He was he is very, very jealous of her. If you look at it, like she was getting invitations to sing at the Capitol. He wasn't
Yeah.
getting that kind of thing. They're like at two different places, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're like at two
Mm-hmm.
different places, and he wasn't getting what he needed from, or what he felt like he needed from her. And when he wasn't getting that, that's when he started to, what's the word? He started to lash out at her, and
Yeah.
especially, he can't, since he can't get to her. What can he use? He can use their son. You
Yep.
know, just
Like
like,
many men do.
just like when she and the baby were sick. That
Mm-hmm.
is not normal behavior. You don't like rush and tell all of social media that you're not able to have access to your child, and your child is sick. The concern should be about what's going on with your child.
Yeah, I always felt that that was super, super tacky. I'm glad I almost forgot about that.
So I feel like he's spiraling. He's not getting what he wants from her. The text
Mm-hmm.
messages and things that can be tied to her postpartum depression, and it could also
Yep.
be tied to um, it could be tied to the fact of what she was dealing with regarding, because everything is heightened when you're pregnant. So
Mm-hmm.
it could be tied to that as well. Those two things could be tied to it. So everything that she's dealing with, those things I think could, no, it doesn't look good, but like, I, he's 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 taking a text here and a text there, and he's saying this is the reason why. Where she's able to, like, over a period of time, chronologically pinpoint these things are happening. And I think she, at this point, from from a mental health side of things, she has a stronger case, I think, than DDG does. She's
I
not.
definitely do think so
I
too.
don't think she's dealing with suicidal ideation. She's not.
I don't either. I felt like, and I don't know if you agree with this, but I just felt like it was the classic, what they do. You know what I mean? When they're kids,
Absolutely.
they act
I
out,
saw
no,
504 said
nothing.
that she papered, she did something to somebody's on campus. You know what I did on campus? We took
What?
pictures. It was my girlfriend, right? It wasn't me,
Mhm.
but it was my girlfriend who, she had a picture of his pee, and
Mhm.
he was messing around. So we made his pee really, really small, and we put pictures of it all over campus. That's what we
No,
did.
y'all didn't. No,
Yes,
y'all didn't. But I
yes.
mean, yes, that was
But that's what
bad.
we do, in our 20s and
That's what you
everything.
do. You do ignorant stuff like that. Yes, that's what happens. But
Yeah.
like honestly, like I just hate the gaslighting because like we were all young and dumb at some point.
The
We
gaslighting,
literally
the
all were.
manipulation, the all of those things. But see, and him getting everybody to try to dislike her. And if my memory
Mhm.
serves me right, he tried to do that to um the other young lady too before her. She
Who's
tried to
that?
do that to her too. I can't remember her name, But I know with your research skills, you'll find out.
Yeah,
But
because you know what? I didn't know a lot about this guy. I really didn't. I didn't know a lot about him. He I didn't know a lot about him until the Haley thing. You know, because like he's younger, you know what I'm saying, gamer and all this kind of stuff. I definitely had heard, you know, heard about his name and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm doing over here. I had definitely heard his name and I knew that about him, but it just, you know what I mean? It just didn't quite hit until she came along.
yeah, I see someone talking about the, the sucking of her energy and things like that. Yes,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Trying to, yeah, and he wasn't happy for her. Like anytime anytime you're in a relationship, whether it be family, romantic, a friendship, and you're getting all these things and that person isn't happy for you, something's wrong with that.
Definitely. Definitely something's wrong with that. I don't get it. I don't get
So
it. So tell me this though.
yeah,
What do you think about his mom?
yeah, that was the part I also wanted to talk about. His mother. So a lot of times when there is uh narcissism or some type of personality disorder, it goes from generation to generation, unfortunately, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it comes from a trauma. So I think she's just doing what she's always done. I mean, look at her handle on Instagram. I made DDG or something like that. What?
It is. She did say that's what her handle is. I made DDG. It sure is.
That is crazy. She has other children.
Yeah. I think there's like three or four other of them, something like that. So like,
Mhm.
yeah, that was what I picked up on the first time I did a video about them. I'm like, you made DDG. Like, girl, are you really hinging who you are as a mother on your son's birth?
Mhm. Mhm.
Incredible.
Mhm.
Incredible.
And I'll tell you something else that also kind of like stood out to me too
Mm-hmm.
is he would do videos of him being with other um after the breakup. He would do videos with him being with other influencers, other females, things like that. And he would look like he was so, I don't even know what the word is, but he would act like he was so in love, or you could tell it was fake, you could tell it was acting, and you could tell he was trying to get to her. And
Yeah.
her response was always silence. Like she
You could
was,
definitely tell he was trying to get a reaction out of her and,
yep,
you know, basically trying to hurt her feelings, make her jealous and all that type of stuff. I definitely saw that. Definitely saw that. It was immature ass.
absolutely. That's exactly what that is. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So they are not the same. Absolutely not the same. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even a Halle Berry fan. I'm just saying that you can't even, if anything, it's a lesson to teach our girls that we need to, the importance of being with a partner who matches you,
Oh
you know,
yes. Oh yes.
you
But
know.
also like with the part of what is the mindset of the older women like, you know, our age and above that are attacking her?
So that could be a lot. That's a lot, Nyla. So I would say a lot of it has to do with their own insecurities. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of it has to do with their um for some reason we feel like we have a right to kind of make statements about these types of statements about people we don't know. Like
Mm-hmm.
we take our own traumas, our own experiences and things like that, and we apply it to other people. And
Yeah.
so I kind of think uh I saw one celebrity or someone who's a lot more richer than most of us. She said it was uh I can't remember her name, but anyway, what she said was that, these are rich people problems. Y'all need to be focusing on your stuff. You know,
Mm-hmm.
why I'm doing so important. And I think it's because people are feeling safe behind the keyboard. You can't say it. We won't say these things in people's faces, right? But
Mm,
the other side of it too is we're also, it's their insecurity. They don't feel like they can like say these things in their own spaces. So why not throw that toxicity at other people? You know,
mm,
and some people are just what's the word? They don't have any. If you don't surround yourself with things that bring you good, you can't help but pour out to other people what's not good for you. You know what I mean?
true. Very true. Very, very
So,
true.
and that's what I think a lot of it is. It's a lot. It's that's a loaded question because it's kind of like it could be a lot of it is their own hurts. Hurt people hurt people. I think that's the simplest way to say that, and that's
Yep.
what they're doing.
Yep.
Hmm.
And speaking of his alleged, you're the therapist, I'm not, so I'm just gonna say it. His narcissism, honey.
Yes, you
He
can
just
say it.
he just did a post. Okay, let me just get this up here. And
He
what
shouldn't be saying anything on this case. He should keep his lips together.
he should, I don't even think he should be like entertaining people at
Mm-mm.
all. Let me make this a little bit
Dangerous.
bigger. Let me
That's
make it
dangerous.
bigger.
But go ahead, because this is helping her.
Yeah. So he says, now I know how Michael Jackson felt being famous. This shit's crazy.
He is not even, but he's not even close to Michael.
Yeah. Like, is he for real?
Yeah, he's
Now
not
you
even,
Michael Jackson, bro.
he's not even he don't even sing like Michael. He would
No.
never be invited to the Super Bowl to sing. So not
Yep.
even the same.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Tatalicious Delicious says those attacking her need to purchase the Mammy DSM. And they do. Okay. And they do. In fact, we haven't even plugged the Mammy DSM today. Okay. So yeah, they do. They need to purchase the Mammy DSM. Okay. If you feel the need to attack Halle, and you're siding
But
with DDG, you need to, what you say, honey?
I was just gonna say, by essence, we're most of us are Gen X. She could be our child.
Thank you. Thank you. She could be our child. Right. So look, get the Mammy DSM. We'll be right back.
Did you grow up watching your mom choose men over you? Was she your first bully? Are you constantly drawn to men who expect you to suffer in silence and call it loyalty? Do you feel torn between loving the women that raised you and confronting them for their harmful mindset and ways? If you have ever felt unseen, unloved, or unprotected, especially by the very people who should have had your back, then the Mammy DSM was written for you. I put this to language, these experiences. I identify these deeply ingrained behaviors. I trace their roots, and I show you exactly how they shape your relationships and your self-worth, and even your ability to thrive. This book will help you name the patterns, unpack the pain, and break the cycle once and for all. Please heal, unlearn, and reclaim. Grab your copy of the Mammy DSM. The link to the book is down in the comment section.
Okay, I see your message. It is one of those things, this situation. So honestly, bringing it back home to the I guess the mindset or whatever that would have someone support him in everything is Halle's fault. She thinks she this and all this kind of stuff. It literally is from being a mammy, because I really do believe at the helm of quote unquote mammyhood, if we want to call it that, is it has something to do with either being validated by men or not being validated by men. So what you are seeing is a lot of older women, and then there are young women in this equation as well. But a lot of these older women are bitter and angry and upset about missed opportunity, about the way that they were treated, about not being validated. And Halle looks like the type that has gotten every chance that they never got the opportunity to get. And so they're angry. So even a woman like his mother, right? clearly, even though, he came from a 2-parent household, I don't know if his parents are still together or whatever. Clearly, this woman knows nothing of having a soft life. Clearly, she is not tapped into any part of her feminine nurturing energy or anything like that as it relates to this. She acts like a man. We can tell this from the prison poses on her IG, from the whole, I made DDG or whatever. That sounds like a whole rapper nigga talking about who they made. It's insane. And so she is going to help her son give Halle the experiences that she has had with men, because women like that do not like to see other women, especially if that woman is a reflection of what they don't feel like they can be. They don't like to see them happy. They don't like to see them, being successful and all this they do not like it. They do not like it. And it plays out in many ways. Plays out in so many ways. And like Q had said, a lot of them don't like their daughters. They don't like younger women. They don't, you know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. Fuzzy says, before Halle, he could walk in the streets and nobody recognized him. I don't care how much money he's got. We don't know. Baby, I did not know him until The Little Mermaid started screwing him, honey. Amen. If The Little Mermaid hadn't gave him no coochie, I wouldn't know this ninja. I wouldn't. Okay, would you? Nobody would know him. Not at all. Okay. Elisha Space, and this is Elisha. If you guys do me a favor and let me grab her link. Let me grab a link to your channel so that we can run the subs up over there and get into like some practical therapeutic understanding of what we're dealing with. Let me go grab your link. Okay, here we are. Let me just share it. All right. Femi is on one said, I didn't either. If she would have never gave him no coochie, I wouldn't know this ninja. Wouldn't know him from a hole in the wall. Okay, so this is Elisha Space's YouTube. That's the young lady that you just heard speaking with you on the panel. Go ahead when you get a chance and sub up to her. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Tatalicious says she asked her daughter, child, look. But when I found out he was a gamer, I'm like, child, we gonna see. I'll be honest though, I was hopeful. I did not want everybody to be right. I didn't have any confidence in it, but I really hoped that he was going to do right by her. But I should have known that this was an opportunity for him to dirty her up, right? She had a beautiful image, right? She's a little mermaid. Everybody's talking. Nobody has anything negative to say about her, right? You couldn't put her in no situation where you can call her a hoe. You couldn't put her in no position to where you could say she was promiscuous. She was this, she was ghetto, she was this, she was that. The moment she associated herself with the son of a hood booger, now she's got dirt on her name. Now she's got the residuals of messing with the Dusty. Okay, a high value Dusty or high earning Dusty. Okay. So Q says, listen, I have an older family member, a woman who was jealous of the soft life I live. Trust she's a mammy and dangerous. Absolutely. Because mammies will stop at no end to disrupt your soft life. Okay. They will sabotage you. They will sabotage anything like your education, your children, your husband, your good name, whatever they can do to sully your name, because their whole thing is to even in their mind to even the playing field. And sometimes that means that they need to bring you down a notch. Most times that's what that means, actually. Yep. So people have their lessons to learn, and, I'm going to give her grace. She got her lesson easy. At least she didn't marry the ninja, so there's still hope. She's still young. She can be okay. She'll be all right. So anyway, that's all I got on that topic. I may, if the weather permits, if the weather permits, okay, we had a bit of a storm earlier or whatever. I'm going to talk about some stuff that I saw going on with the Diddy case. And that will be later on tonight. So I just want to say thank you guys for coming through. Clear Ashes says exactly. And he admitted he wouldn't have another person child with anyone else but Halle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons why you got to think about it like this. Halle was so quote unquote perfect in the eyes of many people, right? He had to take that from her, you know? And I would not be surprised if this was the proving that all women are bad and all women are the same. I wouldn't have got the best of what you had to offer. And look, she's just like the rest of them. That's what he's trying to do. And make himself some sort of victim. And even the fact that, you know, they like to play up him being a father or whatever. Okay, if you're a good father, sir, you're supposed to be a good father. That's your fucking job. Okay, so don't be coming to the internet looking for kudos for that. Okay, but yeah, but you can peep the energy of a lot of women surrounding this topic. You know, that's what she get. Just women be happy sometimes, especially if the girl is attractive. They're happy to see it happen. Just like y'all see what's going on with Kaya from Cooking with Kaya. I'm about to talk about that tomorrow. They are dragging her, absolutely dragging her, and I understand completely why. I'm so tired of jealous hoes. I don't know what to do. I would agree with that too, Femi. She said he's red pilling her. Yeah, they're just dragging her, just trying to bring her down, trying to make her look bad. And I said in the comments section on one of those IG platforms where they were talking about her, and she was like, I just don't understand what's going on, why they're doing this to me. And I'm like, oh, I can tell you. She's pretty. She has a niche. And she's successful at it. And the problem is when people are near your journey, especially if they can tell when you started and where you end up, women do not like to watch you rise. Okay? Most women do not like to be present for you passing them up. And that's just the bottom line. And don't be attractive. Don't be good at it. And like I said, don't let it happen to where they're witnessing your rise. They have a big problem with that. They need you to stay exactly where you are. And they do not like it. They are dragging the hell out of that girl. It's ridiculous. Isn't this in the book of jealous hoes? Yeah, but you know what? You got to be careful because these jealous hoes, honey, they're so covert. They lurk in BWE spaces as BWE content creators. They say, go ahead, sis. And, they talk abusive to other women, all under the guise of accountability and all this kind of stuff. You got to watch them. Okay. Sweet and Juicy says, I hope Halle gets healing, restoration, and so much self-love that she never in life lets a Dusty enter her life. Amen. And with that being said, I'm going to get off here. I love you guys so much. Be good out here, honey. Do not go out here sleeping on these dudes. Like, these guys are horrid, okay? I'm not saying, and I'm not gonna even succumb to the not all police. Do not come in my comment section talking about your daddy, your husband, and your brother. Fine, okay? I can say the same thing, but I don't have to because the majority does not, the majority is not necessarily on our side in that conversation. So I'll see you guys later. And again, I appreciate everybody coming through. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Bye-bye.
Turn me up, I like my money like I like my niggas. Green face card, never decline of what I mean. Act up and you gon' make me make a scene. Only time you hear my voice is when they play me on the screen. Got bad habits, I'm not the one you wanna keep. She a trap star, put that lady on a tree. Got her ass so shook, she shaking like an apple tree. Yeah, this life ain't meant for you, but baby girl, it's meant for me. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean? This lifestyle ain't meant for you, you, it's meant for me. What it do? This my boo, she from the south. We running man just like these bitches run they mouth. I got the juice, but they still claim it's a drought. If I say I'm coming through, I'm about to flip the house. That boy crazy, say he tryna have my baby. Hold on, Slim Shady, just like Mariah, drive him crazy. Got him stressed, make him feel it in his chest. Ask him how it feel, just like a bullet with no vest. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me. This lifestyle got girlies clocking on my teeth. This lifestyle can get you far, know what I mean. This lifestyle ain't meant for you, it's meant for me.